and Chad Jippet, they work
Talk
together
about
on that.
yeah.
Hey, we ain't sponsoring chat. Unless you want to sponsor this chat, then we will take you on along with Skittles. And I have no Skittles in my bowl either. I was telling them earlier, James, I worked by myself today so I ate all the Skittles. The Skittles are gone. No
Now you
Skittles.
gotta stay stocked up.
Yes. All right. Fourth and family. Welcome, welcome, welcome. I
Oh,
am not the host, but I am the man that is going to be hosting today. James, you got a microphone too. Boy,
I've
Quail,
been. I was the
We
one
got
that
to get
had
us
it
the
the first
microphone.
time.
Yeah,
Look,
he
Quail,
had the well. Did you charge yours up before we
I
get
did.
started?
you got a microphone too, son?
Got my little. Hold on.
He got the clip on, Mike.
Yeah, he had them
The
little clip.
real deal.
Okay. All right. I think I got
Let
a
me
little
hook it
few
up.
dollars. I got a few dollars from my Christmas stash. I'm gonna get a microphone. I'm gonna give me one of them big ones. I want one of the big ones. How y'all hook the big one up?
What big ones?
What
Yeah,
you got in front of you? Ain't you talking into a whole
Oh,
microphone?
oh.
I was struggling with mine, so
You was.
yeah, Jeff. I wish I had IT support. I was about ready to just say forget it, send it back.
Lord. Okay. Well, this is fun. That's cool. That's cool. We gonna get it together though. But look, we piecing it together early. So by the time
Right.
we get down into the spring and early summer, we'll have this thing down packed by next football season for sure. We'll be
Be
better.
real professionals.
Let me see your microphone, Jack. You ain't got it. Keep showing it.
Nah, I moved it out on purpose because I wanted to lean back. Because I was noticing how the background looks better when I'm not so close up on it. So
Okay. And that's cool. I love that. All right. So, fourth and family, welcome everybody. We're gonna go around the horn. We got me, myself, and I.
hold
And
on. Are we following the script?
this is it. I'm going off the cuff.
Yeah.
And I can't keep starting over.
Quail put together this beautiful script.
It's not a script. It's a agenda that gives you some type of structure, but
Mm-hmm.
we
This is the beginning part.
right.
Right.
It
This
can all
is the
be.
beginning part.
It's all of it, but that's
You
okay.
know what? I ain't got nothing else left. Somebody gonna have to take it.
You know
I
how
got it because I want to follow.
it
I
together.
like what he has
Everything
here
is
as far as the
spontaneous,
content.
and we
Okay,
can't
go
control it.
ahead. Somebody peed on themselves.
All right.
I'm sorry. I'm watching cows. I'm watching
What?
cows. I'm sorry. Let me turn that off. All right, hit it. Edit that. Don't put that on.
Oh
All right,
man, that's
I'm
got to be
ready.
on there.
I'm ready. I'm ready. Let's hear
The
it.
outtakes are gonna be what make us pop.
Yeah, yeah.
All right, here we go. All right, welcome everybody. Welcome to Fourth and Family, the place where family comes first, and yeah, we're gonna edit that out. And every conversation counts. All right, I got it. I'm gonna say it again. Here we go.
Go.
Welcome, 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 everybody. Welcome to Fourth and Family, the place where family comes first and every conversation counts. We're going for it every time. Let's get right into this today. So, we've got another exciting episode. We are at full strength tonight. We want to make sure that everyone who, if this is your first time watching us and being a part of the family with us, we want to make sure that you all know who it is that you're going to be hearing from anytime you check us out. It'll be some combination of this, but most times it'll be the four of us here. So we've got our first beautiful and wonderful person we got on here. Quail Cooper is online with us. Next up, we've got myself. I go by JR. And then we've also got DJ, aka Diallo, aka what his niece likes to call him, Delilo. And then we've got Mr. MEC himself, the resident vet, Big Mike on with us as well.
Welcome, welcome.
All right. Well, hey, gentlemen, today we are kind of going to break a little bit of ice and start off and dive right into the sports talk. We've been having a lot of different things going on. It's the exciting time of year with sports. So let me open this up with a question. Like, what is, in you guys' definition or in your minds, what's the best sports fail that you've seen this week? And yes, I am going right off the script because I thought it was exactly the perfect question to ask. So, of all the sports fails, all the things that have happened, it's the end of the football season, coaches are getting fired, all that good stuff. What was the perfect sports fail for you guys?
Personally, I, I got to lean towards, field goal kicking this week.
Of course.
Yeah. Towards that just a little bit. Lean just a little bit right towards that.
Agreed.
Okay. I find that interesting that you guys would say field goal kicking was the fail when it is the
I
exact thing that put Pittsburgh in the playoffs.
don't know.
Well, it's also a fail on Chris because let's not forget.
I did miss him. Yeah, he did
I
miss him.
mean, he allowed it to happen, but pushing it somehow.
The whole night. Just saying.
Yeah. hmm
Yeah. It's a quiet storm. Welcome. I'm getting it together, trying to figure this out. This is the first time I'm really using it, so hey, we'll see how this works.
Yeah, now that's better right there.
All right,
Yeah.
all right.
All right. All right, back at it.
Yeah.
And
So we're talking about what the best sports fail was that you guys thought. So, Uncle, what would you say?
I agree that it's also kicking. Um, if if Chris and technically they marked it down as a block, so it's
Oh,
not a fail
okay.
technically, but Chris missing the extra point that would have put us up three. I mean, that's a fail. It just worked out that he didn't finish the as the only fail.
Yeah. You know what? The football guys was on our side that night. Just saying.
No, I agree. I
Not
agree.
gonna complain about that one.
Hmm.
all right, James, what you got?
Um, to be honest with you, I don't know if I really would say there was a real sports fail, and I don't know if I would say it's a sports fail from football side anyway. I think to me, I think everything happened the way it was supposed to happen. Nothing really made me go, "Oh wow, I did not see that coming." Um, including what I'm going to ask next in the next question. But yeah, I wouldn't this week I wouldn't say I really saw any real football fails.
So you trying to tell us you saw Jim Harbaugh getting fired?
Well, that's why I was saying that was the next
Well, hold on,
topic.
wait. What
That's the
was he
next
fired?
topic.
Was he fired though, or was he released? Because I seen two
No, he
different two different statements. I heard it was a mutual separation, and then another one I seen he got fired. So what
yeah,
really
nah.
was it though?
He
So
got
so
fired.
you know they can say, hey, you can either retire or we gonna walk you out the door. We respect you enough. We don't want to see you burn. So we can either say you retire or we gonna fire you. So they can either say it was a mutual decision that we part way. That man didn't wake up Monday and say, you know what, I think I'm done here. No, he got fired. Now I like Jim Harbaugh. Jim. Which one is it?
This
Fine.
was John Harbaugh.
Yeah,
John.
John.
I like John. So I'm not criticizing him. But yeah,
I mean,
that I was shocked. Totally shocked. Didn't see that coming. Didn't see that coming.
I wasn't shocked by it, even though that was going to be the next topic I was going to go through. So let's, I guess, dive into that, the coaching carousel stuff, because there was a different firing that I was shocked by. But this one I wasn't because, like, if you watch the history of the NFL, even the greatest coaches have a shelf life. And,
Mhm.
it's a win now league. And they're looking at the fact that you got Lamar Jackson, arguably one, I mean, not arguably, he is one of the best quarterbacks in the league. Um, and you want to take advantage of his prime. And sometimes they feel like a coach has run his course and he's done the best that he's going to do with that group. That's what I really think this was. Because you also, if you look at it, like, what's the owner's name? Biscotti or something like that. he's not one of those guys that like changes coaches every time something don't go right. Like Harbaugh's been there for 18 years, and in the 30 years he's owned that team, he's only had three coaches. So, I mean, he's definitely not a guy that has a carousel of coaches. So I wouldn't say that I was surprised by that. But I will say the surprise, and go back to the part about was he fired or a mutual decision. In the statement, the owner said, I made the determination to move on to a new coach.
I
So
mean, yeah,
when the
but
boss say he made the decision, it wasn't mutual.
I mean, yeah, it's still one of the ones where like he probably pulled a man, had a conversation, and it was like, yeah, you know what, you might be right. I think it's probably time for me to
Yeah,
to seek employment somewhere else because I think I did all I can do here.
yeah, yeah.
I would
That's
only
where, and that's
say
what,
that. I would only say that if it was next week, not Monday. Well, was it Tuesday?
It was Tuesday.
Yeah,
yeah,
that they had conversations. Jim, John, whichever one.
John.
John, John has that conversation after he sat at home for a few weeks, and then he decides, hey, maybe it is time for it. He didn't come up with that on. Well, he got fired on Tuesday, so he had to have had that conversation to himself on Monday, and that didn't
mhm,
happen. I'm sure that didn't happen.
yeah. No,
I
he
mean, they
definitely
can
got fired.
Yeah, he can play. They
That's
can
no
play with
question.
the words all they want to. That man got fired.
Part
What
of
they,
the national media are, are saying that maybe it was Lamar Jackson
Yeah,
wanting a different coach.
yeah, I
And
saw that
yeah,
too. Yeah, I saw that
I'm
too.
not sure. I mean, like they seem to have a decent relationship, but just from looking, across the field. But hmm,
I think.
which
Go
you
ahead.
know, I'll say something that I find interesting with, I guess, the modern generation of athletes. The moment that a modern great player underperforms and is held accountable by a coach that's going to hold you accountable, this always happens. And then it's always, oh, well, the player was like, he had reached the limit to what he could do with that coach. And that's what happens. I honestly, that's what I feel happens or happened in this situation. John Harbaugh came to Lamar and said, look, I know you're one of the greatest quarterbacks in this league, but right now you are not reaching your maximum potential for whatever reason it is. And you're going to have to look internally and figure out what you got to do to get to that next level. Because, I mean, again, the type of coach that John Harbaugh has always shown himself to be. Because, I mean, look at his history. Suggs, the linebacker, didn't like him for the same reasons. He held Terrell Suggs super accountable, and Suggs didn't like that. And even to this day, he still talks about he was an okay coach. Like you had your best years of your career with this man, and he was an okay coach. John Harbaugh is one of the GOATs. Like he's one of the greater coaches in the history of the NFL. It's just again, it's just the pattern that I'm seeing happening so frequently when these current star players get to this point where they're good with being held accountable when there's success. But when there's repeated levels of lack of success, or you have been ineffective in specific situations, like we talked about it in the first episode, like Lamar Jackson has not had a lot of playoff success. And John Harbaugh seems like that coach is like, look, this is the way this league is. Eventually, if you can't figure this out, they gonna look at you as, well, were you really that guy? And you're gonna have to figure this out if your whole idea or your goal is to create a legacy of one of the all-time greats. You can't be an all-time great if you don't win a Super Bowl. So,
So then let me ask you this question. And I want to say it was me and Quail had this conversation in, and this is not to bash y'all team, but if you say it in that regard, what about Mike Tomlin then? Why is Mike Tomlin getting a pass? Because he hasn't, but he doesn't have that quarterback because that you're saying with once he lost Ben, but they won that Super Bowl how many years before Ben retired? And so We talked about, me and Quell talked about, is him not having a losing season the standard? Because that's what everybody keeps hanging their hat on. They
Yeah.
can't get rid of him. He's never had a losing season. But when was the last time they actually won something that was relevant? Because we got to put that in the same category with John, because he did win a Super Bowl. So, it's not like he's never won a Super Bowl. Um,
They
so
got the
when
same
is
number of Super
enough
Bowl
enough?
rings.
When is gonna be enough? And I don't want to. I like Mike Tomlin. I have great respect for Mike Tomlin. But when is that carousel gonna be like, okay, enough is enough? If they, let's say they don't make it this year, what does that look like then?
Well, to answer that, I think if the results of that game had been the other way around, we would be talking about Mike Tomlin being fired. I genuinely think that that was what was going to happen. Mike Tomlin operates as if that what he believes would have happened. So I think that that's really the only reason he's still there. It's because they won that game and they're in the playoffs now. And when you get in the tournament, you got a chance. So we'll see what happens. You roll the dice, see what happens.
But so you saying, oh, go
and
ahead,
and I
Diallo.
and I'm about to say I think it still might be an outcome just because what the last couple seasons he was one and done in the playoffs.
Hmm.
Mm-hmm.
That's
So
it.
And who do they play in the first round?
Houston.
the Houston.
Houston is a better team than Pittsburgh. I'm sorry. That defense is going to smack
Defensively,
Aaron Rodgers around for 40 minutes and then they going home.
Well, and I will say their defense is almost comparable to each other. It's just their offense is not as strong as Houston's
I think,
because it's with the issue that we had the last two games not having DK. I did not expect our offense to be that poor, missing one player.
I wasn't really surprised by that though. DK Metcalf is that offense. Like if you don't have him, what else do you have?
but but not really. Be- Only because they don't really throw the ball down the field, and that's what DK bring. They normally, check down, screen passes. Kenneth Gainwell, Jalen Warren, go, and that's really the offense. And then you sprinkle in Metcalf
Yeah,
and the tight ends.
So,
And against Cleveland, they didn't do anything really. Like, they didn't
so,
show up off the bus.
Cora, I will say this then because I think you really just confirmed the point I was making is that he is the offense. If you're not getting him the ball, then this is the results we're seeing are what you're going to get. Like, and
well,
I'm not saying that that's how they draw it up, but I'm saying that with the game plan that you're talking about, the type of offense that they're playing, that's why they have been so poor offensively because they're not getting him in space. They're not creating opportunities to get it down the field. Aaron Rodgers is an old man now who is basically back there like he's just a little bit above a sitting duck in the pocket. Like he can still move a little bit, but he's just above a little sitting duck. And now we see what we get with that.
yeah, yeah. Like he says every interview. I'm 41 years old.
Right? He will tell you, like, come on, man. Like I'm now, and this is completely off topic from this anyway, but like Philip Rivers would never say that. Like, there's a reason the Colts went out there and took this dude from a high school coach and said, "Hey, come back. Yeah, I know you ain't played football in like 4 years, but
What was that reason?
Yeah.
they
Because
Yeah,
they
what
were
was
trying
that
to."
reason? Because I missed the what was his when he said he was not coming back, but it was like it was some disgruntledness in him not playing that last couple games or something. What happened with that?
well, that last game, they really didn't have any chance to do anything. Like the
Yeah,
outcome really
there was
didn't
no
matter
reason.
for their season. The season was
Mm-hmm.
pretty much over. And I think, far as putting the rookie in, it's trying to see what our future is going to be like. Who do
Hmm.
we feel comfortable behind center? And you know, they're leaning more towards Riley Leonard, which I'm not really sure if next year will be the guy because they still have hope for Daniel Jones. For next season. Hopefully, they re-sign him and he's healthy. But you know they need to look at all options.
Probably look.
So is Richardson gone?
I think he
Yes.
will be.
They might get injured again.
There'd be no reason to keep him now.
Yeah.
It's
That's why
definitely
you
no
give
reason.
Riley Leonard opportunity to see what he can do because I don't think they're looking to see if he's the future at starter, but I think they're looking to see. I think they have all plans to give this team back to Daniel Jones. Once he's healthy, they're going to give him the reins back. So who can hold it down for us for 2, 3, 4 games and then let Daniel get back in there and see if he can rekindle the magic?
Yeah.
I mean, when you get hurt, during warm-ups, and it's a freak accident, but I mean, come on now. You fracture your orbital bone, like
No,
that
elastic
is
band.
go sit down. Go
One
go
of my
sit down. It's okay.
coworkers, one of my coworkers was at the game and he was like, he literally wasn't doing nothing. Like,
Mhm.
You see, they sent out a
Somebody
press
else did.
memo after that. No more anything rubber, no rubber bands, nothing
right,
on the side.
right. He
Yeah,
was
somebody else
stretching.
did that. Yeah, somebody else did that. Yeah, that sounds familiar. All
Those
right.
bands are no joke.
I mean, granted, yeah, but to fracture the orbital bone, I don't know. I don't know.
Were you even stretching properly? Like, how did it get up to your eye,
I mean,
man?
granted, now I will say the quarterbacks do have some unconventional stretching,
Yeah.
but yeah,
Like even when we stretch our middle school and high school quarterbacks, it's some unorthodox way that you're stretched because you've got to like throwing a football as a quarterback is not a natural process. So you're basically training and stretching your body to be able to consistently do something it's not naturally set up to do. It's like a pitcher in baseball. This is not a natural rotation of a human being with arm motions.
yeah.
So yeah.
All right, what's next?
Well,
Wait, go
go
back,
ahead.
JR. What surprised you? Go back to the beginning. You said that there was a iron that surprised you.
Oh, yes. So the Pete Carroll firing was kind of surprising to me.
That was.
I
Mm.
thought that this is going to sound crazy, but I
You
thought
already
that they
sound
were.
crazy. Come on.
I think Pete Carroll's a really good coach. I think he's a really good NFL coach specifically.
Yeah.
I think
You
that
know,
anybody who thought that he was going to turn that roster in Oakland into anything competitive was the one that was delusional. Like
Yeah.
a coach, he said what a coach is supposed to say. Like, we're going to come in here, we're going to be competitive, we're going to win a lot of games. He got his quarterback, the dude he wanted, he had a lot of success with. He said what a coach is supposed to say. And then his team went out there and did what they're supposed to do with that level of talent. Like, I
what
mean,
they do? They didn't do nothing, and they
that's the
not even
point.
in Oakland. They in Las Vegas. So
Yeah.
That's
that's
Yeah.
the
that's
that's
part
the
of the
point.
reason you got them in Oakland. In Oakland, they ain't in Oakland. They playing like they was in Oakland.
Wait, did I say Oakland?
Yeah, you did say
Yeah.
Oakland.
That's
That's
a
okay.
Oh,
We knew
I'm
what you meant. We knew
they
exactly what
they
you meant.
never gonna be. I mean, it's gonna take me a while to get used to this Las Vegas Raiders thing. Like they're
Well, but here's the downfall about that too is, and I think they spoke about it a couple years ago, as far as these hiring and firing of NFL coaches within like the first season. They signed him for a 3 year contract. They still have to pay him that 3 year
hmm
contract.
yeah. But
It's
that's how
like
all
that's
those coaching deals are.
which is ridiculous if you think about it. If I would have thought about my career path, if I could have just got just barely in there just for a year and get fired, man, that'd be perfect for me. I'm just saying.
That is the reason why a coach in the NFL's primary objective is to get to a head coaching job. Because regardless of their success or lack of it, whatever that contract is they sign, they gonna get paid. It's the only
I mean,
guaranteed contract in the NFL is the
Yeah.
coach's contract.
I wouldn't even need an NFL contract. Just give me one of the Power Four schools.
Yeah.
I can coach, maybe 5, 6 games. They say, go ahead and get out of here. Here's your buyout.
Right.
I'm
Right.
fine with it.
I
Fine
take
with
a
it.
college Power Five contract over an NFL contract any day.
Great.
Like, give me the job over at Purdue, knowing I ain't gonna have
Wasn't
no success, and give me a nice 6 year contract, about 7, 8 million a year, and about $1 million buyout. Okay,
Right.
like that'll work.
that
Well,
was
I,
that was too low. But
I
I'll
know.
bring that one up later on. Once we get down.
well,
Go ahead,
I,
Dad.
I am totally not shocked about Pete Carroll. I think he was a great coach at a time, but I think philosophies and times change. And I think I've told somebody, me and one of my coworkers before. So football, the concept of football is the same, right? The new things that they're doing now are just piggybacked off what was done before. But if you still having the same old mindset, you're not going to be able to achieve. Now I get it. Maybe the talent level may not be as great in Oakland, or Lord, you got me saying Oakland, in Vegas, but I just don't think sometimes these older coaches, if you even think about Bill Belichick in North Carolina, I mean,
Yeah,
sometimes things just run their course, and that's okay. So to see to see them not succeed is, to me, is no dig at Pete Carroll. It's just, hey, some stuff just don't work forever.
Yeah.
yeah,
Sometimes you just got to know when to pivot. I mean, look
Exactly.
at Coach Collins.
Hmm.
Pivot right out of coaching, left with a decent season, and then went into being a sports broadcaster.
Hmm.
Hmm.
Perfect transition.
Hmm.
but one of the other things we got to remember about the type of coach that Pete Carroll has always been, he's always been the type of coach that can work with any type of personality.
Yeah.
So I think that was one of the draws for him too. I mean, think about it. He went USC. He had all those guys, Reggie Bush, Liner, Mike Williams. Like the personalities he dealt with were not ones that would be easy for a lot of coaches. Then he goes to Seattle, and remember, the Legion of Boom was there before he got there. Like they did some things, but that defense was in place, and all those personalities, and he was able to get them to come together and have success like that. And he's never been that, like, I come in and I set the tone and what I say is law. He's always been the guy, I'm gonna try to get the best out of you within the constructs of our system. So that's why you even bring a guy like an old Pete Carroll into a super young team, because you're trying to get the most out of them from what they're not there yet, but you want to try to find somebody who can maximize what they do and potentially have a little success. That's why I feel like I was a little surprised, because it's like, and again, this is a Davis we're talking about. So like I didn't think they really should have fired Antonio Pierce, but
Agree with that.
sometimes it's not the coach that's always the issue.
Because I was just fixing to say, you gave two examples of why the hire probably wasn't the best fit for him, because he went to at USC, where you got talent. You got talent. Now I can coach. I used to tell my kids when I was coaching, I can coach any one of these kids, but I need some athletes at the same time,
Hmm.
right? Because I can coach your kid, and we gonna go out there and they gonna look like they playing football, and we might put a couple scores up, and at the end of the day, when we over in the corner handing out the gummy bears, I'm telling you, okay, guys, we almost there, you know, but we not. I need some
Yeah.
athletes, and so he had some athletes at USC. He had some athletes when he got to Seattle. They added some athletes. But what happened when those guys started leaving? You can only coach what you got.
Yeah.
Now, he may not, I don't know the full roster at in Vegas, but I do
That's the
know
problem.
Gino wasn't. I liked Gino when Gino was in Seattle, but he had some pieces. You only brought like one piece of the puzzle from Seattle, or you two make two pieces. So I just wasn't shocked. I wasn't
Yeah.
shocked.
And you know,
I
another
say
thing.
real quick, I'll say this. I wasn't shocked, but I'm actually okay with it for his sake.
Right. Yeah.
'Cause I'd hate for that to tarnish. You know, he got enough going on with that when he should have ran that Super Bowl, but that's a whole
Yeah. Yeah.
that's a whole nother conversation. We ain't gonna
Yeah.
blame him for that forever.
Yeah.
But
We got to let it go. But that was, I mean, they should have been back-to-back champs. And to let that happen against New England was also. But I will say one thing too, and I'm in agreement with you about that as far as like, I'm glad they did it for him and his legacy. But you brought up something we got to talk about at some point, which is the Bill Belichick hire. Like, what person in their right mind thought that bringing a man like Bill Belichick to college football at North Carolina was a good idea? Like, come on, man.
yeah.
I
And I'll
think,
say this real quick, throw this in there while you keep that, keep that. They also just added my Arkansas guy. What's his name?
yeah,
Uh
Pittman in
motorcycle
there.
guy.
yeah,
Uh
they did.
Mike Pacino.
Patino,
Yeah.
You know,
yeah. See, and that just tells you how dysfunctional that North Carolina athletic department is. Like, if it's not basketball, North Carolina is just that's not where you go.
well,
But
even basketball here lately.
yeah, I do like what's his name? Who's the coach again? Hubert Davis. I think that's who the head coach is. Yeah. I do like him as a coach, but yeah. But the one thing I will also say about the Bill Belichick thing is like he proved that Tom Brady was the real reason why he was winning. Like Tom Brady was like, and Tom Brady never just outwardly came out and said this, but he did now. He has talked about it a little bit in interviews. But like the way that they treated him when he was at the end of his tenure in New England and the way that Bill Belichick kind of handled the situation, it kind of gave you vibes of like what's his name? What's the OGM of Jerry Krause when
Mm.
Jordan was at the end of his time with the Bulls.
Mhm.
Like the team players don't make the organization, the organization makes the player. That mentality. And it's
Mhm.
like, okay. And then you let him go. And then you watch the man win a Super Bowl the next year. Like, come on. Like, that roster didn't change that much for them to go from that level to watching the quarterback you let go win a Super Bowl the very next year. Like, Tom Brady's the GOAT, but Bill Belichick, I feel like he felt he's the GOAT. And I think that was what he really was trying to operate like. Like, regardless of what quarterback I have, this is a system. And the system is what makes the team great or the player great. And it's like, nah, a player is going to be great because of their God given gifts, not necessarily just because of the system. The system enhances what the player's abilities are. But we can't try to devalue what great players actually do for a team. So,
Exactly. All right. What else we got? Good conversation. And let's not forget our background again. That is, and I love it. Keep going.
yeah, we can do that. Do our quick little official shout out. Our new background, y'all. We coming up every week. We gonna have something new where we can say, check this out because you didn't see it before. But our new
Mhm.
background, courtesy of DJ, we want to thank him for that. It looks great. In case,
Mhm.
let's give a little background information on why the background is what it is. Um, so I'm gonna do this. Let me. Um, I want to show the background without me in it, and I can't remember exactly how you do that.
Well, all you gotta do is just get out the way.
Yeah, I guess I could do that too.
Oh no, you stay there. I get out of the way. 'Cause
There
you
we
can't
go.
stop. There you go.
There we go. So, but it still got me in there because I'm not.
Because you came back in.
Every time I talk, the
You
chair
gonna
came
how you
back.
gonna come across talking about it? Still got me in there.
See,
Just
I'm
keep
still
popping
okay.
in.
Just forget it.
Dad, you got to actually stay away.
I'm not moving back. It's just like I move far away enough for it to take me out, and then when I
Here,
say
let me
something, it brings
move.
All
me
right,
Here,
back.
let's
yeah,
see if I can
here,
get it to
there
go
you
all the way.
go. Yeah, talk about it.
All right, here you go. It makes it easier.
Yeah. Well, so the story behind the background. So we've got, all right, if you look at MEC's screen,
Oh
you've
yeah,
got
thumbs up.
the Steelers on one side and the Bears on the other side. So we've got the split between a very passionate group, couple of
Uh,
Steeler
We
fans.
are a household divided. Yes.
Yes, definitely. Passionate Steeler fans on one side, and then we got the diehard Bears fans on the other side. And that is the whole theme behind our background. And it looks amazing. And when our set is actually all set and ready to go, and we actually are sitting in that studio, we're going to know where the inspiration came from,
It's gonna
from
look
the
like that,
background.
but with a bowl of Skittles right there in the
With a
middle.
bowl of Skittles. We don't have our bowl of Skittles today, so we can do our official Skittles sponsorship request.
Right.
But coming back soon.
Right.
Skittles, the unofficial sponsor for
The
the family.
unofficial sponsor.
We
So
definitely don't want to
Skittles,
make them think we trying to take their stuff. They are unofficially our sponsors.
unofficial.
Because I will be eating Skittles on the broadcast. Let me get my bowl out. Skittles.
You still have the bowl?
He
I
got the ball.
Empty.
There's the
actually,
bowl.
I actually ate all of the Skittles today while I was working. So that's why the bowl is empty. And I didn't get
And
a
ain't
chance.
nothing wrong with that. Those
But
power
Skittles.
pellets.
Hit us up, Skittles.
Power pellets.
I had the minis. Hit us up, Skittles. All right.
All right. So, honestly, I feel like, this is one of those weeks that we can probably wrap up. That we'll say that was first and second down. Moving into third down. Let's talk a little bit about the playoffs. NFL playoffs start this weekend.
Yeah.
So, what are you guys' predictions for the NFL playoffs that kick off this weekend?
You know what? It's gonna be some decent games, real decent games. I'm looking forward to one that Buffalo game, Buffalo Jacksonville. I feel like that's gonna be a decent one. Um, and then y'all team is looking pretty good against Green Bay. That's gonna be a nice one too. Always a good game every time you get the Packers and the Bears together.
When
And
was
in
the
the
last time
playoffs.
we got a Bears Packers game in the playoffs? Like, I'm so excited about Saturday. It's ridiculous.
It was the championship game.
And what, 09 or
2000
8?
and when the Packers went to the Super Bowl, whatever that year that was.
Yeah, so that was like 08, right?
Oh,
Yeah.
okay. 2010.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. That's when it was. So 15 years ago. So
16.
we got the Ram. Oh, it's 16. We got Rams and Panthers. Who you got? Rams at
Right.
Yeah, Rams
Rams
at home.
at yeah.
I think that's going to be the worst game of the weekend, honestly. I think the
No,
Rams are just going to
but
destroy them.
I hope Bryce goes out there and I hope he does well.
And they lose by 4 touchdowns. And
That's fine if it if he doesn't throw, seven interceptions, it'll be
Man,
fine.
and like how they just snuck in is ridiculous too.
I couldn't
I
even be
know.
proud of being a division champion with an under 500 record. Like,
No,
Why
no,
not?
not at
You still
all.
won the division.
we're the best of the worst. Okay.
Yes,
So,
exactly.
Hey, somebody
Who was
somebody
that?
got to be there.
I want to say it was the Rams. They did it a few years ago. It's been a minute because I think Sam Bradford was the quarterback then.
what did they do?
Game they won. They made to the playoffs with a losing. They actually had a losing record.
Yeah, the Panthers do too. They're 8-9.
Okay, well they was worse. They was like 6 and something.
Yeah, because it
It
was
was,
before it transferred to 17 games.
yeah, it was. It
So they
was.
had
I mean, they might have been more than 6, but it was not. It was not a favorable looking record. Man, I want to say they won
they
one
had
game.
to be 7-9.
Yeah. So it's doable. I mean, but
It
they made it.
is.
They made it. They made it. So y'all saying Rams over Panthers.
Yeah.
That's Saturday at 3 p.m. Then we got Chicago at Packers. We're going with the Bears
Yeah, and Soldier Field. Yeah.
in Soldier Field. But I'm gonna say this: the San Francisco loss, I was okay. I say, okay. They played, they showed up. This Detroit loss, I mean,
Yeah.
we cannot, and we really can't now because it's playoff time. You can't keep playing from behind. You
Hmm.
can't keep saying we okay. Hey, this is the last drive. Here we go.
Hmm.
That gets that. I mean, that don't work. And
I
so
mean, but did that game really needed to be that serious though? He was already in the playoffs. Your playoff position really didn't wasn't going to change.
It's a
Well,
division game. It's a
yeah,
Uh,
division game. It's pride on the line.
it
They're a
it may
young
not.
team.
Yeah,
I
it may
mean,
not have had any
would you?
significance, but you continue the pattern. That's
I mean,
that's the troubling part for me.
pride on the line, but you lose your starting quarterback. Is it worth it?
Well,
Well,
right.
You
they
look
were
at you
playing
look.
for something at that point, though.
I think it was a small chance for them to drop down to three. I think if
if
Yeah,
Philly
the
won,
team
they would
might
have
would have
dropped
won.
down to
right.
three.
Yeah,
If
yeah.
yeah, who was it?
Philly.
If Philly
Philly.
had won, they would have won the three. Yeah,
Yeah,
Yeah.
because we were trying to keep that number 2 seed.
right.
Because that gets us, if we win, that gets us 2 games at home
Hmm.
Mhm.
Yeah,
because we're number
Least.
2. At least, we got to win. If we win this week, then we get that next one at home, which is the divisional game.
yeah.
Mhm.
So
And if somebody upsets Seattle, the NFC Championship is at home. So
Yeah.
exactly, yeah.
I mean, I
So
get it, but I mean, you look at the Chargers. The Chargers benched a lot of their starters.
yeah, but
Yeah, but they were
they
locked in.
literally had
They were
nothing to play
pretty
for.
much locked in.
Yeah.
Okay, well, I mean, granted,
I
yes.
think the Chargers were locked in at that point, weren't they?
I think
I think it all
they
went
could have
flip
flipped
flop
one. Yeah.
between 5, 6, and 7. I think.
I
so
feel like
that's
the Chargers were locked into that spot going into that's why that's why
everybody
Denver
was locked except for the Panthers. I mean, these folks, these people over here.
No, no, but all of the seeding was still up for grabs. Uh, between the let's see, Texans, Bills, and Chargers, because the Broncos are winning the division, so that was out of uh, reach. But I think the Chargers could have finished 5 if they won and the Texans lost, or it was a bunch of different things that needed to happen for the seeding to be different.
It was a
yeah.
whole
And,
bunch of
and,
stuff.
and for them, they was just more like we was already there, so
Mhm.
there's no point of us really risking any of our key players.
All right,
But
then you got
that's the difference between coaching staffs. I mean, a lot of people, a game is still a game, regardless of what our record is or what we're gonna play for. A game is still a game. So I
Yeah.
mean, yeah,
I mean, I think about that, and then we can move on. But like, I think about even last year coaching an eighth grade basketball team for the school. Like, in our last game of the year, we knew who we were going, who we had in the first round of the tournament. We knew what we were going to do. But I'm like, there's no way in the world I can sit any of these dudes because like they need as much court time and competitive and situational basketball as possible because we were going out and we had to set the standard in that first round because we did what we were supposed to do. We blew out the team in the first round, but I feel like if I had let them just sit in the last regular game, I'm like, oh, it's Southport next. Like we ain't worried about them.
right.
Yeah, that game would have been way too competitive and would have been a problem.
right.
all right.
Yeah. So
Sunday, we got Bills and Jaguars at Jacksonville. I'm taking the
Yeah.
Jaguars to defeat Buffalo.
Mm, that's tough because I want to agree with you because I like how Jacksonville has looked. I like how Trevor Lawrence has overall looked. Um, But again, we talked about it last week. Like Lamar Jackson just somehow finds a way, man. Like,
I mean,
Lamar Jackson.
he meant Josh
I
Josh
Allen.
mean, I'm
Allen.
Yeah,
sorry. I'm
yeah.
sorry.
He
Josh
meant he
Allen. I'm
meant Josh
sorry.
Allen.
Josh
But
Allen. Yeah,
I'm
yeah,
I'm
You
I'm in
you
agreement
mean
with
you
that.
mean Lamar Jackson that played for the Oakland Raiders?
yeah. The one that's coached by Jim Harbaugh.
Right,
Right.
right.
Nah, but I'm in agreement though with that one. I mean, regardless of where they're playing, it's still Josh Allen behind center, and you got to think about it. There's no Lamar Jackson. There's no Patrick Mahomes. I mean, granted, yes, his team is not as strong as the last couple playoffs, but it's still Josh Allen.
So
And
Josh
he
Allen,
has some weapons.
so
Yeah.
Josh Allen better be on that plane to San Francisco. Then that's all I know. That's what y'all telling me. It's
Um,
bowl
no,
of bust.
he won't be.
No, I mean,
He won't be. But
yeah, I don't think he will. I
But
think
he gotta be. That's what y'all saying.
I,
I do say he's got to be, but I still can be honest about it and say when I look at how these teams are playing, and again, I think the biggest thing about Denver, and the reason why I feel like they're the best team in AFC right now, is because Sean Payton has those boys playing at a level that's just like Sean Payton proved this year why they did what they did to go get him. Honestly, I feel like he's proven ever since he's been in Denver why you go get him. He had
So
all
y'all
those years
saying,
off to reset. Now he's just like,
but to me, you contradicting yourself because you saying he's Josh Allen and he.
well, I mean,
Oh, for the
so
record, I like Josh Allen.
I mean, yes, yes, Josh Allen's good, but like I said, it's more of the 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 metal of the player. Like a lot of times, a player will put the whole team on their back just to try to get that win. Josh Allen is one of those caliber of quarterbacks that will do that. So with him, like they say in boxing, there's always a punch, a fighter's chance. You know, one punch knockout type. So Josh Allen still has that ability to you know, fourth down, go for it, make the touchdown in the last minute. So, granted, yes, Jacksonville has been looking good this year on all aspects of the game, but you can't really just say they're gonna dog walk over Buffalo just because of that. That's
Right,
yeah,
all.
but I'm saying
I'm
what y'all saying. Y'all saying Josh Allen, but then y'all saying they not gonna make it because you just said,
no, no, no. I'm still
we're
saying they're
talking
gonna
about
make
the
it just
first.
because
hold
it's
on. Y'all said there's no Patrick Mahomes. There's
yes,
no
there's no
there's
Lamar
no
Jackson.
Lamar Jackson. Those were his kryptonites.
Yes,
So now it's Super Bowl or bust. It
Oh
gotta be.
yeah,
yeah,
It
it has
got
to
to
be
be.
for him.
yeah,
And I
But
mean,
y'all
like
saying he ain't gonna make it.
no, I'm saying I'm rooting for Buffalo. I'm rooting for Buffalo to go all the way,
yeah.
just because of who their quarterback is and who's not in the playoffs right now.
Okay.
I'm
All right.
not. I don't think that they will get to the Super Bowl because of what I was saying about that Denver team. Um, I
So
feel
your
like, and
quarterback can't overcome that Super Bowl team? I mean,
I mean, I'm not a Buffalo fan, so like I'm just
you a Josh
impartially
Allen
looking at
fan.
them. I like Josh Allen, and I do, and I'm
Saying,
really more
Quill,
so
I'm just
talking. I'm really more so talking about the matchup against Jacksonville than anything.
Yeah.
Because I think that Jacksonville is one of the most inconsistent teams that is so talented. Like they've been playing great football lately. They look like a team that's for real, but then it always seems to happen where Trevor Lawrence has one of those games
Mm-hmm.
or there's three drops that happen at the worst time for Jacksonville and there it goes. That's the season. And you also got to think about it too, like that coach this is his first year. He's done a great job with that group, but not. I mean, the way they started the season, this is not who we thought was going to be coming out the AFC
Definitely
South.
not. Definitely not.
So,
okay. Then we got 49ers
hold
and
on,
the
hold on. I
oh
didn't I
well,
didn't get the
oh,
Oh yeah, go ahead, throw your 2 cents in, sorry.
almost son.
uh well, I think it's gonna be a historic weekend. A lot of
Historic.
history is gonna be made. Yeah. The Bills haven't won on the road since 1993. Josh Allen has never won a playoff game on the road. He will this week.
So that
He
changes
will.
this week. Okay.
All right. Next game.
All right, go ahead. Next game.
Okay, history. He said so. History will be made. 49ers and the Eagles.
I think that's going to, well, I can't say the best, but I think the two best games are in the NFC. The Bears Packers is one, and Philly and San Francisco is the other one. And that's going to be hands out the gloves, knockout, draw out, brawl, man. That game is going to be a battle. Um, I think Brock Purdy being banged up is a big deal. Um, I think what Philly has the ability to do defensively, especially when it comes to getting after the quarterback, is a big deal. Um, they still got number 26 back there in the backfield. Saquon is still that dude. You get him in the right situation, let him break a few off, it's over. Um, and I think that, again, Jalen Hurts is just a winner. Like his stats, he'll be 15 for 27 with 125 yards, but they win by 2 touchdowns. Like, I mean, it's his way of doing it. Like he's just a winning quarterback. So, and then again, like the other side, looking at what San Francisco's dealing with from the injury standpoint, they always beat up, they're always banged up. Now your quarterback is banged up. Christian McCaffrey is one good hit from being banged up. So, and if Christian McCaffrey goes down, it's over. Especially against Philly in the playoffs. So I got Philly in that one.
Okay. Anybody else?
I'm not gonna go into that elaborate of details, but yes, I'll second that. Philly and against the Niners.
You got Quill.
I also agree that if Philadelphia can run the ball, like the Seahawks just did to the 49ers, I think the Eagles will win it.
Yeah.
All right.
It's their game to lose.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Chargers and Patriots at New England.
Mm.
Uh,
Somebody
I'm
else can
gonna
go
start
first.
I'm gonna start off first. I'm gonna make it short and simple. You know what? They did rest their starters, but I don't think it's gonna really. I say Drake May. Ooh man, that boy is good. That boy is real good.
All right, Drake May. What you got, Quail?
I agree. The Patriots at home.
All right, James.
Yeah, I agree too. Patriots.
I'll stay out. I'll just pick a team if I'm gonna just pick because I haven't really watched either one of these teams this year. I saw them from afar, but I will say I did watch. I think one Charger game. I think it was a Monday night game. So if I'm gonna go with that, I'll pick the Chargers just because I think they looked good that night. I'm just picking somebody.
If he's gonna go with John Harbaugh.
Right, John. There you go, John. Yeah.
Hey,
All right.
what if Jim brings John on his staff? Like you think
I
he would
thought
do
about
that?
that. I
He
thought
could.
about that.
He
I
could.
thought about that today.
Because a lot of the coaches that get fired, they get picked up as either OC or DC on another team.
Yeah. But
Yeah,
I think John
but
Harbaugh,
you go
the
back to
Giants are gonna
special
come
teams.
hard after him.
Mm-hmm.
What'd you say, Quill?
I think he would go back to special teams. He was a special teams coordinator.
Yeah.
All right, last one. Texans, Steelers. Who you got, James?
I guess we'll let
Wait a
we'll
minute.
let
Did
Quill
y'all
and DJ
pick?
go last on
Hold
that.
on, James. Did y'all pick for the Bears and Packers? Who y'all got?
Oh yeah, we didn't pick that
We
one.
are we just said how good of a game was gonna be.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. A real good game.
No, we need picks.
Oh, you want to pick? Okay, all right. If I was to pick, I will say this. I do like how the Bears are playing this year. Caleb Williams has came into his own. He's starting to be a good tier quarterback. But I mean, it's Green Bay and the Bears always back and forth. It's gonna be a nice, traditional old school football type game. But I will say, yeah, Bears are gonna take it.
Good job.
Yeah, I'm gonna lean towards the Bears on that one for this one.
You made that one
Quail,
a little bit too concerning. I was
I
getting a
did, I
little
did, I
concerned.
did. I had to build up the suspense, make it a little more.
what you got, Quail?
Well, I won't kowtow to it. Jordan Love is back. The Packers are
Okay.
going to win it.
Mm, mm. All right, last game, Steelers and Houston. James, who you got?
Steelers in Houston. I think Houston's going to really probably demolish Pittsburgh. I just think that defense in Houston is just too much. I think honestly a lot of their scoring will be defensively in that game. They're going to get after Aaron Rodgers. He's going to see a lot of number 51 back there in the backfield. Will Anderson is a monster. That other linebacker they got on the other side, same thing. They're big, strong, nasty in the middle. Linebackers are solid. That secondary is playing one of the best levels of football in the league. So I think Houston's going to take that one.
All right. All right. Good deal.
What's your pick on that one?
Who, me?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
What's
Mm-hmm.
your pick on that one?
Hmm. Well, if I was going to pick somebody, I would probably pick Hugh. Just for the simple fact, I've watched I've watched the Steelers the last few weeks, and I promise you this is no bashing. I know that's your team, but I've watched them. They almost playing like us. They're surviving. And it's
Mm-hmm.
time to put some numbers on the board and walk over some folks. You
I don't
can't.
even think they surviving. They're
Man,
just products of what the situation is. Like
And so
they're
I don't.
taking
I don't.
advantage of it.
Yeah, I don't think that carries too far, and that's not going to carry you too far into the playoffs. And Houston, I think, is playing good football, so it's going to be interesting. I put it this way: Pittsburgh makes you pay attention, and so you're going to have to watch the game. And so they either gonna break your heart or they're gonna make you say, "Yeah, I ain't surprised." So, you know, but I think Houston and CJ, I think they're just a little bit better team. So that's it. All right, how much longer? I think we need to blow the whistle. Tweet.
Yeah, we're on fourth down now. So
No, no, no. It's DJ's turn.
Oh, I thought he picked. I'm sorry.
oh yeah, I guess we'll let y'all pick this game.
I don't want to do this, man.
Go ahead and be honest.
I mean, in all honesty, looking at it, separation from who I root for on a normal Sunday. I mean, I have to lean more towards Houston just because they're playing a whole lot better. It's sad to say how he speaks on it every week. He's 41 years old. It shouldn't matter. You're an NFL quarterback, regardless of your age. You should have that confidence in the caliber of your skills. So, don't really see it really looking that good. I mean, it goes to show how we played against Cleveland, which, granted, yes, Cleveland is a top tier defense. Houston's not far behind it, so it's going to be pressure, pressure, pressure every down against Aaron Rodgers, and I'm pretty sure he's going to keep making mistakes. I mean, we barely won that game against Baltimore, and in all honesty, if Lamar was healthier through the season, we probably wouldn't even been in that predicament. We
Yeah.
it was too close to be have confidence going forward into the playoffs.
Gotcha. All right. Did you already say your team, Quell?
I didn't. Not yet.
Okay.
Uh, like I said, historic weekend. Uh, not in terms of like it's gonna be a blowout or nothing, but the Steelers have not lost a Monday night football game.
You said since
Yeah,
when?
1991.
Oh no, the one I'm thinking about was on Sunday night, and we got cheated when y'all paid that referee to say that y'all bumped his
Now,
foot. Yeah,
Cassius
yeah,
was looking at the sideline and he was taunting, and he should have
yeah.
known
We don't
better.
care nothing about that. Yeah, he did that. He did that. He did that. But that
Hey,
referee had to throw that flag. I'm
yeah, he
sorry,
did.
I
Yeah,
done
he
bumped
did.
all into your stuff. Go ahead. Monday night, y'all ain't lost since Jesus was a baby. Go ahead.
Yes. And
Mm.
the Steelers have beaten the Texans 3 times in the playoffs. The Texans have not beaten the Steelers in the playoffs.
Okay.
I
So
think that
what?
continues.
Oh, so history gonna keep repeating itself.
That's what it does.
Okay.
Mm,
Yeah.
mm.
What? Yeah.
I think that
You know
was the
what?
pick of a fan.
I'm hopeful for it too.
That's
Hey,
okay.
Fan,
I ain't mad
I am
at you.
hopeful
That's
I
for
ain't
that.
mad
okay.
at you. You pulled up stats. I ain't got stats. I got you. We're gonna roll with the stats. That man said his team ain't lost since 95 or
No,
93.
I didn't say
Hey,
95.
91.
just to show you though, it's a different caliber of team when you're in the playoffs.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Yeah,
Yes.
so
All right.
we will see. We will see.
Let's see. Fourth down. What we got? Fourth down gotta be quick.
Yeah, I got a good quick rant and we'll wrap it up on this one. So, my rant has to do with not even NFL football, but it has to do with the continued disrespect that the best football team in college football continues to get. I'm I'm looking at the fact that there are so many people that think that, and I'm a realist, so I look at the fact that Oregon is one of the best teams in the country. They got beat at home. They're playing in a big game, the semifinals, chance to win a national championship. If you look at the storyline, it makes sense to say Oregon's going to come back with a vengeance and avenge the loss, all that good stuff. But you got to look at what Indiana has done to everybody this year, regardless of who you are, regardless of where they playing you, regardless of who was out there, who's not. They are just showing you that they can beat you anyway, anywhere, anyhow. Mendoza has, I didn't think that he was elite at first. I thought he was just a really good quarterback. I almost put him as like a extremely high level system quarterback at first. But I mean, that boy is showing that he can do everything. He can make every throw. He's a leader amongst leaders. He is the engine to that team. When you got a quarterback like that on a football team, that is what you need that's going to make you elite. That's why we talk about Josh Allen like that. But Mendoza is that guy that's going to make this team go through everybody. And I'm looking forward to his next speech that he's going to give after this game against Oregon when he really starts bringing that up about how many people tried to count them out, how many people tried to say that they were going to lose because of what had happened in Eugene and come back and all this good stuff. And now be able to say we are one game away from a national championship at Indiana University. Indiana University football at that. So let's go
Who,
Hoosiers.
who's yours?
Who's yours?
Yes,
All
sir.
right. I love it. I love it. I love it. All
Hey, so well, that is it for us tonight. Appreciate everybody joining in and tuning in to listen to us talk some sports and football this evening. That's the final whistle on this particular episode of Fourth and Family. I want to thank everybody for again taking some time out to rock with us. And remember, y'all, family first, family always. We'll see y'all here next time.
Peace.